Okay, matrix, we are doing one question that we have labeled it question 9. And this question is just on simplification. So let's see how we can simplify. Remember, simplification need you to deal with the reduction formulas, and sometimes it needs you to deal with the special angles. So when they say simplify, you know reduction formulas and also special angles. Your grade 11 work, it's used more in the simplification than in proving. So this is question 9, as we named it. This is question 9. In question 9, first question says simplify as far as possible. Remember I said my definition of simplification is that do whatever you can until you cannot do anything. So that's what we are doing when we simplify. And they're saying simplify as far as possible until there's nothing that you can do. The equation for 9.1, or the expression, is written, or it's given to us as sine squared of theta. Now we are dealing with theta, all divided by sine of 180 degrees minus theta, multiplied by cos of 90 degrees plus theta, and plus tan of 45 degrees. So this is actually your statement or your expression that is given. It is 5 marks. So you must do whatever it is that you can to make sure that you get those marks, because each and every step that you take, it has a mark. So let's see what is going to happen there. When we simplify, we're going to look at what is complicated first. So let's start with our denominator, deal with it and see what we can do in the numerator if there's a need. Here we have 180 minus theta, and 180 minus theta is on the second quadrant, for which sine is positive. So we're going to have sine of theta. And we have cos of 90 plus. Remember I said 90, it means that cos and sine, they have to deal with their marriage issues. So it's like cos will become sine and sine will become cos. So that is covered. We have cos, so it's going to be sine. However, we have to look at where do we find the angle. In this case, it's 90 plus. And 90 plus is on the second quadrant. Our ratio cos is negative on the second quadrant. Therefore, our sine is going to be negative. Put a bracket so that you're in the safe sides. Okay, we add this to tan of 45. In your special angle for 45, tan 45, it is equals to 1. So that is just plus 1. Remember that it's always the case. There's nothing that you can say different from that. Remember the special angles are what we have used there to do sine 45. Okay, now let's simplify this as sine squared of theta divided by negative sine squared of theta plus 1. Now look at this. This is sine squared theta plus 1. Folks, you cannot cancel the sine squared because this is 2 terms at the denominator, is not 1. If you want to cancel or to do something, make sure that your 2 terms had became 1. So if I rearrange this denominator, I will have sine squared of theta divided by 1 minus sine squared of theta. If you go to the identity that says cos squared theta plus sine squared theta is equals to 1, make cos the subject of the formula, you will find 1 minus sine theta. So that means this is the same as cos. So we are going to say we are having sine squared theta divided by cos squared theta, which is the identity of tan. So you're going to write this as tan squared of theta. In that case, you have simplified and we give you your 5 marks. Okay, the last question on this, it is 9.2. This one, they're giving you double restriction. Simplify, we do something until we can't do anything, and they say without using a calculator. Make sure the calculator is not used, but then something needs to be done. Okay, let's check that information given to us. Simplify means it's an expression. So this is sine of 104 degrees multiplied by 2 cos squared of an angle 15 minus 1 and divide by tan of 38 degrees multiplied by sine squared of 412 degrees. So you need to simplify. First, you must do the reducing. Reduction formulas are very important. Look at this. What numbers can you put? Remember when we reduce, we use 360 and 180. So can we say 180 minus something and end up with 104? Everything that you do, you must make sure that it takes you to what it is there. So if I say 180 and then I subtract 76 on it, I'll get 104. So this is sine of 180 minus 76 is the same as 104. And this is my double angle for cos from the formula sheet. So your formula sheet is telling you what you need to do here. 2 cos squared 15 minus 1 is a double angle. So we're going to rewrite this as multiplication of cos 2 times 15 degrees. Okay, then we divide this all by tan 38. Remember I said if you see tan, make sure that you do whatever you can to change it to cos and sine. So we can change it directly. This is now just sine of 38 divided by cos of 38. Folks, if the angle that you are dealing with is less than 90, leave it as it is. Do not do anything to it until you find something that can make it cancel, or that will be the solution at the end of it. So for now, we leave it like that. We're just changing that other part. And this one will be sine squared. Remember, 412, it is more than 360. So what you are going to do is you're going to say 360 plus another value that will give you the answer. So it's 460 plus 52. It is 412. So that is 360 plus 52. It gives us 412. So let's go on and see what is done. Okay, sine 180 minus is on the second quadrant. So it means that we'll end up with a positive sine 76. So this is sine of 76 degrees. Multiply by cos of 30, because 2 times 15 will give us a 30, and divide this by sine of 38, divide by cos of 38, multiply by sine squared of 52. So that's what we have at the end of the day. Now, folks, let's look at this. Remember, sine squared of 52 or sine 52, we can try to check if it does not give us the same value as when we add with 38. We said they are married, so it means that if I add their angles for 38 and 52, I must get 90. If that's the case, it means I can rewrite this one as cos. So let's do that and see what we are going to get. That is going to be equals to this. Let's deal with the denominator. It is the sine of 38 divided by the cos of 38. Multiply by sine. Let's change this once because it is sine squared of 52. So we can write that as sine 52 times sine 52. They are giving us the same value. But we said sine 52 is the same as cos of 38. So let's write that in a cloudly form. We say sine 52, it is the same as cos 38. Visible and somewhere there. Remember, this is the cloud to accommodate this information there. We are saying that sine of 52, it is the wife of cos 38. Because when we add 52 and 38, we'll get 90. So they became co-functions. It means that the sine 52 can now cancel with our cos of 38. And we're left with the sine of 52 times the sine of 38 at the denominator side. We still have the numerator to deal with. What was the numerator? The numerator has sine 76. So let's write the sine 76 as it is. We will deal with the issue when we come to it. Sine 76 and the cos of 30, if we go to the special angle, let's try to draw that special angle triangle. If this is 30, that is 1 over 2, that is root 3. So cos 30 will be adjacent of hypotenuse. So it is the same as the square root of 3 divided by 2. So that's what we are having in that point. Okay, let's continue. Then it means we'll have the square root of 3 divided by 2 multiply by sine of 76 degrees, all divided by sine of 38 multiplied by cos of 38. Remember we said cos 38 is the same as sine 52. So that is why we are writing it in that manner. Okay. Now this, if you remember back then we said we can rewrite this in a different manner. Let's do it inside the cloud so that you can remember. Remember that in the formula sheet we are having something like double angle for sine. It is 2 sine 2, let's use theta, it's equals to 2 sine theta cos theta. Now if I have sine theta cos theta, it means I have divided this one, they're both sides by a 2. So it means I'm left with a sine theta cos theta equals half of sine 2 theta. The same applies with this one. It means I'm having half sine of 38. So I'm going to write it like that. Is the square root of 3 divided by 2 sine of 76 divided by 1 over 2 sine 2 times 38. Okay, folks. Now what is 2 times 38? 2 times 38 is 76. So it means I can change this now to have the square root of 3 divided by 2 and having the sine 76 all divided by a half sine of 76. Okay, now you see that the 76 is now cancelling. The sine 76 are now giving us 1. So we're left with this 2. If I flip and times, I'll end up with the square root of 3. Okay, so if I say the square root of 3 divided by 2 multiplied by 2 over 1, that is the meaning of flip and times. It will give me the square root of 3 because the 2 will cancel, and that will be your solution. Folks, this question has 7 marks. This is the question that you can go in and collect all the marks necessary. Make sure that you do it possibly. Oh no, it's having 8 marks to be exact. So you can see that this question can give you more marks as you deserve. What is important is your core functions information and your double angle information. If you do this, practice and practice and practice, you'll get it right. Okay, thank you.